All right, welcome back to Random City Sports Ballers. Fellas, we are doing a 10-team Yahoo categories 5x5 mock draft. What we're going to end up with here is we are going to, because I'm doing 10 teams. You can bet that there are going to be a lot of pitchers available in rounds 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus my first 4, 5, maybe even 6 picks on stellar bats. With that, I'm going to build a team that's going to be completely overwhelming on bats and bring that army of pitchers that we always talk about. There's going to be so many pitchers that nobody's going to be able to touch my numbers in wins or strikeouts. Even if they try to stream, they're going to have a hard time catching up to me because I am bringing an army of starting pitchers, and boy, are there so many available. Not even going to look at, I love Paul Skeens. You know how much I love Tariq Skubal. But fellas, I'm going to bring this first 6 rounds. We're going to be overloaded with bats. You're going to love the way this turns out. All right, so I have got the pick number 10, which is great for me. I'm happy with it. And, this thing's about to get underway. If you look over here on the bottom right side of your screen, you can see who each player is drafting. So you'll be able to see the order in which these players are being taken. All right, let's get underway, fellas. With the first pick, Shohei Ohtani. Pick number 2, Bobby Witt. Ellie De La Cruz, number 3. Well, that's a surprise. You don't see him going number 3 very often. But hey, everybody's different. Draft who you want. Take the team you plan on building, fellas. You want the Witt and De La Cruz stolen bases? Take them. I want Aaron Judge's home runs. Hey, let's talk about Ohtani for a second. I'm worried about him being able to repeat those numbers from last year, but by gosh, I tell you, even if he doesn't repeat them, I don't expect him to get back up to the 50 stolen bases. He's never had that many stolen bases in his career. And when he gets to pitch it, man, don't expect him to be running a lot this year. I really believe that. But I can see him getting to that 50 home runs again, possibly. More than 40 for sure. All right, so after Aaron Judge went Soto, a lot of folks don't like Soto because he's going to the Mets. You know what? I get that there's going to be a slight decrease in some of his power numbers. RBIs will be down. Runs might even be down. Home runs might be down. Not by much. I'd expect, maybe 10%? So I am not avoiding Soto. There went Ramirez and then Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts is out there in Japan. He might get sent home. He's not feeling good, just a little under the weather. So he's not going to get in on those games that they're playing here. What is it, tomorrow and Wednesday? So, Mookie Betts, man. Been doing it for so long. What is he, 87 years old? There goes Skeens in the first round with pick number 8. Some people are just psychotic. All right, so we've got options here, lots of them. I'm going to, let's see. What if I did Alvarez and Guerrero? Huh? How you like that? What do you think of an Alvarez Guerrero? Gunnar Henderson. So unfortunate that he got hurt so early. But he plans to be ready for opening day. It's an intercostal strain. I don't know enough, man. I wish we had a Stefania Bell that could talk to me about that injury. Excuse me. But what do you think of a Lindor? Lindor Alvarez. That would be neat, wouldn't it? All right, so what do we think if I did Lindor Guerrero? Here, let's get Lindor first. Boom, there's Lindor. And then, man, Alvarez, fellas. Fellas. This is a guy that I'm telling you, when he's having a bad season, is better than most players. You know what I'm saying? We've talked about Tatis. I don't care for the way that he's been down on all of his statistics ever since that 22 season. He got busted for performance-enhancing drugs. He has not performed well since, so maybe he kind of needed them. All right, so Alvarez. Yeah, let's do Alvarez. All right, it's a good start. Lindor and Alvarez. Very happy with that. Look at that. Lindor, Alvarez. You know, you could probably make that happen in a 12-team league, too. It's a good start to any team. And there goes Carroll. We building our power. Looking for power in every round that I can get it. And looking to build an army of pitchers that dominate strikeouts and wins. I think we got a good chance of doing it, fellas. Now, where did I just put my... I had a bottle of water, and now I'm looking around for the thing like... Have I lost? I have lost it. I think I might have left it in... Oh, yeah, I took Cupcake outside. Hey, Cup. Brought her back in and left it up there. All right, so after Carroll went Scooble. Did that fella just pocket aces Scooble and Skeens? All right, great. You are going to dominate everybody on... well, don't get an injury, friend. I really hope you don't get an injury there. Not likely for Scooble or Skeens, you know. They seem durable, but they're both young, so we don't know a lot about their durability. And anything can happen to flamethrowers, man. Anything. Rodriguez after Guerrero. And I got a long ways back to me, but I'm going to take a peek and see what's up there. Let's take a peek. We've got Burns and Reagans if I'm looking for a pitcher. Crochet, Marte, Alonso, Schwarber. Oh, wow. Okay, there goes Tatis. I'm not in love with Acuna this year. I just don't like the injury risk. You know, he hurt both knees, fellas. Both. What's that going to do to his future? Man, have you ever torn an ACL? Ask yourself this. Have you ever torn an ACL? Anyone out there who has? Think to yourself what it took for you to get back to normal, and then tear the other one. And then tell me how good. What are your legs going to be like? I mean, it's definitely not this year. I mean, he's not going to be stealing bases. How could he be stealing bases? He doesn't have his legs. Crochet going with the 18th pick. Okay, psycho. Don't do that ever again. 18th pick with Crochet. What are you doing? There goes Churio, number 19. Forgot to mention Gunnar Henderson went with number 17. But yeah, if you tore an ACL and then tore the other one a couple of years later, you are not going to be running. It's going to take you a year before you're running again. Those legs, man. Your legs. It's your legs. How do you run without your legs? 10 picks till my turn. Richard's bullpen has got back-to-back picks. And they're actually here. I'm not really seeing auto drafts on this one. There went Zach Wheeler. Yeah. Don't take a second pitcher. You only have one bet. If you take a second pitcher, I'm going to feel bad for you. Please don't take a second pitcher. Take Bryce Harper or something, or Freddie Freeman, or anybody. Just take anybody. Just not another pitcher. Uh-huh. And I wasted a bunch of time on my picks too. And he took Freddie Freeman, all right. And there goes Harper. I'm so glad he took another bat instead of another pitcher. You know, that's just going to not work out great if you just build up pitchers in the first. You know, there was a time back when I was in the gold ranking, you would see me doing that sometimes, drafting 2-3 pitchers in the first 2 or 3 rounds. Boy, I will never do that again. Acuna with the 23rd pick. like I said, I talked about his legs. You know, I'm sorry, fellas. I just don't trust that with the legs. And that's me. That's who I am. What else we got here? Lindor and Alvarez. So, I don't know. I'm doing great on home runs. Not so much in the stolen bases. Lindor's the only one that's got any stolen bases here, but doing decent on home runs, RBIs, runs. It's looking good so far. And there went Duran and then Ketel Marte. I've got some secrets at second base that I can work in later on. We've talked about Morel, haven't we? And then there's always Jazz Chisholm, who should qualify at second base here soon. He's going to play a lot of second base for the Yankees. Wouldn't that be a neat one? Trey Turner. Trey Turner. I like the way I went with Lindor. That'll be a lot better than having Trey Turner. Know that. Jazz Chisholm. That's unfortunate. I really was thinking about grabbing him. Y'all know I like him, so. All right. It's not in the cards today, fellas. But look, here's Matt Olson. You know how much I like power, right? Here's Matt Olson. Here's Austin Riley. Riley last year only had 19 home runs and only 425 at-bats. So, is that a proven thing? No. Olson had 29 and 600 at-bats. But that's his floor. You know? And what about, we can look way down here. We can still look at Alonso. His floor is 34. Schwarber had 38 last year. So I've got options aplenty. There goes Logan Gilbert. Wait, is that guy drafting all pitchers? Okay, I'm gonna have to look at his team here in a minute after the fourth round pick. I'll take a look. All right, there went Olson, so that's not gonna be my guy. Well, I do like Schwarber. And I do like Alonso. But then there's this Austin Riley. I mean, Manny Machado. But yeah, I'm a home runs guy. Let's get Alonso. Let's get Schwarber. And there we have him. Now, I've got to look at this Dino team. Yep, that's what he's done. 3 pitchers in 3 rounds. Friends. It feels like it's going to be, oh, look at my pitchers, but it's going to actually be, I don't know what I've done to my team. Where are all of my bats? So Seager went with the 32nd pick. You know, you do want to build an army of pitchers, but you can't sacrifice these early bats who are very consistent. And he took another pitcher with Sale. I wonder how long he's going to go along with these pitchers, man. He's going to have some great pitchers. But his batting stats are going to suffer. In fact, I'd like to take a look at the standings and see what his numbers in pitching look like. Dino. He's got, on those 4 players, a projected 821, so average of more than 200 per pitcher. He's got 51, so just over 12 wins per pitcher. And yeah, this 308, 105, these are great pitchers. Let's look at what they would have done last year, and I'm here to tell you, those pitchers looked amazing last year. Look at this, 256, 0.94. They had 56 wins together, 843 strikeouts. Guys, those are great pitchers, but I just can't. I can't justify it. I just can't. All right, but I've got 4 bats, and they're looking good. They're looking good. All right, so Machado, Clase, O'Neal Cruz, and this is an interesting draft. Watching this Dino or Dino. Well, it's Dino because he's got the picture of the I guess the pet dinosaur, the dog Dino from the Flintstones cartoon series. Used to love that show when I was a kid. I actually kind of loved it when I was a teenager and in my 20s, too. And I'll bet I could watch an episode of the Flintstones right now and yabba dabba do the best I can to try not to laugh throughout it, because that crap is funny. But Corbin Burns with the number 40 pick, and that's his second pitcher. Will he do it again? No, he'll take a bat. He's been smart about this. Can't just sacrifice all the bats, my friends. I don't know, I'm looking at a lot of good pitchers still sitting up here who can be your guy. Uh-huh. Who's your second one, my friend? Who's number 2? Contreras. All right, early 5th round, 41st pick, William Contreras. I can see that. That's fine. You're doing fine. You'll survive that. Blake Snell with the 42nd pick. And then Devin Williams. You know, that Dodgers, wow, if they do go to a 6-man rotation like people have talked about, that would be just, ugh. What a disaster for anybody taking pictures from the Dodgers, right? But it looks like the number 5 right now is locked in to be Dustin May. So don't be afraid to look into Dustin May at the end of the draft. I mean, we're talking the very end, 22, 23rd round. Then Dylan Cease goes with the 44th pick. Adley Rutschman with the 45th. All right, we've got Rooker and Ozuna. Could you imagine if I did these guys with these upcoming picks? All right, I still need second base, third base, one more outfielder. We know what second base is going to look like. Third base, yeah, I got an idea of what I can do there. One more outfielder. Maybe okay, there goes Reagans. Maybe I'll grab a pitcher and a bat in this round. Pitcher and a bat. You know how I feel about King. But Valdez and then DeGrom went after Cole Reagans. Still, I have a rough time with DeGrom. Oh boy, do I have a rough time with it. Just don't know. I just don't know. If I pass up this Ozuna or Rooker or Hernandez, they're not getting back to me. They're just not. The pitcher I would like is King. And Imanaga. All right, so after DeGrom went Hader, and that leaves me to some serious contemplation, fellas. Well, I did say we were going to do this, that we were going to take 6 bats. So let's take 6 bats. And then I will suffer the consequences. Now I've got all the power in the world. And my pitchers, guys, you remember what these pitchers look like after pick 70. They still look very good. But having Rooker and Ozuna, I don't see how I can be touched in the power department, RBIs, home runs. That's just 2 guaranteed statistics every week. Guaranteed. Let's take a look at where I'm at here. Well, Dino still hasn't grabbed any bats. Yamamoto went after my picks. And I'm sitting here looking at, well, I got 6, and they're averaging over 35. They're around 35 home runs per bat. Almost 100 RBIs each. About good 90 on the runs. I've even snuck in some stolen bases in here. But now we switch over to pitchers. I don't care what bats are available to me in this upcoming area. After Miller went James Wood. I won't care about bats for a long time now. We know Morel is going to be available late. There's guys like Colt Keith, Mark Vientos. Well, Vientos will be coming up soon. But there's plenty of bats that I can fill in here. And I'm just going to go ahead on and run away with some of this. There goes Edwin Diaz. All right, so round 7 and 8 of this league, I'm going to have my first two pitchers, starting pitchers. Let's take a look at who that might be. That could be Imanaga, Logan Webb, Aaron Nola, Bailey Ober, Bibby. There's so many here, fellas. After Diaz went Santander. Power bat's getting thin out there. I think I have them all. Except for Judge and Ohtani. There goes Glasnow with the 57th pick. He's got 12 more till it gets back to me. And Rick's Speedster. I wonder if that means Rick likes to go after stolen base guys? If that's the case, would he take CJ Abrams right here? Michael Harris, maybe? Depends on what he needs for his... Let's see what he's got. Oh, he won't take Abrams. He's building up. Okay, he's got the two early closers, a couple of ace closers there, I guess you'd call them. You know, I mean, top closers. He took Butler. Wow, that's a wee bit early, but hey, it's a wee bit early. But it's his guy. He wants his guy. Go take your guy. And I like anybody from the A's right now. What are we calling them? We're not. Well, they're not Oakland, and they're going to be playing in essentially a hitter-friendly minor league. I'll put that in quotation marks. Minor league park, because it's not a big park, fellas. There went Harris after Langford, and then Altuve. 8 picks till my turn, and we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue. Who you taking, buddy? We gotta rock down to Electric Avenue. And now you drafting Abrams. Maybe drafting Albies. Yeah, I used to love that jam when I was a kid. Even that video. I don't know what it was about that song. That song's still a bop. I'll tell you that one. Some of these songs from back in my younger days, man. There goes Michael King. Unfortunate. Would have liked him to get back to me, but that's fine. You can't expect everything to fall right into place. You just can't. I have no pitchers. There goes Raciel Iglesias. These drafts are never the same. Never, ever the same. Ozzie Albies. And transporters. Who you transport? Let's see who you're transporting. All right, he's going after all bats too. So this would be an interesting one here. He took another bat, Marcus Semien. So another fella who's rolling this strategy that I'm rolling out today with, we're taking bats early and often. There goes Helsley. Rick 330. He's on fire, apparently. He's flaming. If Dino takes another pitcher, there goes Pablo Lopez. If Dino takes another pitcher, I don't even know what to think of this fella, man. Army of pitchers is great and all, but you don't have any bats, bro. You're gonna have to find some sneaky bats out there. Dino. The tiny purple petable dinosaur. You know, he's got to be just... Oh, he took a Bautista, another pitcher. Phew. I'm up next. So we might as well start taking a look at some of this stuff here. Nola, Imanaga, Ober, Peralta Walker, and... not sure. Let's see what this fella takes in front of me. But Imanaga, he should be pitching tomorrow, right? Oh, someone's taking Strider because he's looking good in the spring, so I can understand that. Imanaga. Let's take a look at starting pitchers. And there's some that I can take a couple of rounds to wait on and be quite happy with doing it. So we're going to take Imanaga. And then... Wow. It is hard. Look at Abrams last year. I mean, dude, it's 20 home runs, 31 stolen bases. I'm not in love with it. We look at Teoscar Hernandez last year. Should repeat those numbers. I hate to say it, guys, but I think I'd like to take Teoscar Hernandez here. Then we'll work on the rest of the pitchers coming up. Hopefully that Teoscar Hernandez pick forces people to go, uh-oh. Rick Speedster's left. Okay, he's back. But hopefully, like I said, maybe that makes people go, I got to get bats as soon as possible. We're running out of bats. They're taking all the bats. Jordan Westberg and Dino. Are you ever taking a bat, bro? Nope, you're taking in Munoz. I worry for Dino. I do. He's in this league, so it is what it is. And maybe he's got something that he knows that I don't know. You know, maybe there are bats down at the bottom that he's going after specifically that might line up with some of the bats that I'm looking at. I don't know. Aaron Nola went after Max Fried. That's, Nola just always gets the strikeouts. What's up with that ERA and whip bouncing up and down so much, though? Schwellenbach. How do you not like that, just the name? There goes Bregman. And C.J. Abrams finally went with the 77th pick. You know, that's got to feel good when you can grab Abrams at 77th. I have my utilities filled up. Still just need second base, third base, and a catcher. Always remember, I've got Morel, can be my second or third baseman. Either one. You know, and I like Colt Keith, too. You know, I've talked about Keith and the other, but I'm also kind of a homer for the Detroit Tigers, so look out when it comes to a Tigers player. You'll hear me talking about him, maybe more biased than most people would be. Willy Adames, 78, a little early. There goes Doyle, 79. Adames, seriously, in San Francisco, the numbers are not going to match last year. 80th pick was Duran, relief pitcher from Minnesota. And Richard's bullpen's back-to-back pick is gonna be... Who's it gonna be? Probably a bat. Take Josh Naylor, bro. It's not a bad pick. Of course, I want him to take bats because I took a big risk taking Hernandez on that last pick. I mean, seriously. Teoscar Hernandez is... man, I have got some deep power bats. Deep, deep, deep. He took another with Ryan Walker. Okay, there goes Castillo. And Dino, seriously, with the 88th pick coming up, this guy had better not go taking another pitcher. There goes Sasaki after Castillo. Logan Webb. There's the Transporters. More than meets the eye. Logan Webb. Logan Webb. Logan. I like Logan Webb, San Francisco. It is a pitcher's park, so, he'll do well. There goes Arias with the 85th pick. Transporters. Cody Bellinger. Rick 330. What you got, my friend? What you gonna do? What's up? George Kirby. Hey, Seattle starting pitchers, man, I get it. It is such a pitcher park. And if you get them in Seattle, expect their numbers are not going to be as good on the road, but, they're going to be great, especially in Seattle. They're all good pitchers. Josh Naylor. Dino takes his first bat, and it's Naylor. Good job, Dino. Dino. Call it what you will. Cranky Colin, no matter what, I'm going to have two good starting pitchers here. No matter what. What's the beef on Schwellenbach? Here's some news. 2 runs, 4 hits, 4.2, struck out 7 without walking anybody. Oh, he hit a batter with a wild pitch. Huh. Interesting. So there went Joe Ryan. So, all right, I'm going to queue up Tanner, and I don't know, do I like Peralta? Do I like Bailey Ober? Do I like Schwellenbach? You know what, I'm going to be stupid, and I'm going to take Schwellenbach, and then I'm going to take Bibby. There goes 3 starting pitchers on my team that I am very proud of. Okay, there goes Mike Trout. Fellas, be careful trusting Trout. Careful. Just be careful. Okay? I mean, when... God, a Hall of Famer. Mike Trout, Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. Numbers for his career have been amazing, but I don't see it to draft him that early. I don't understand it. I don't understand to draft him at all unless it's like 20th pick. There goes McLean, 93rd. Haha. That's me grabbing some Tic Tacs. Don't you just love the sound of a Tic Tac container? It's kind of cool. And for the 94th pick, Rick 330 is going to take Bo Bichette. Boba Fett. That's all I was here. Boba Fett. That's what I always hear, my guys. You don't need... All right, let's go look at standings. By home runs, I dominate. Boy. Where's Dino? Dino. Looks like Dino's got himself 2 bats now. Gonna do wonderful on your ERA and WHIP there, buddy. But I don't know that this is how I would build my team. You know, as is, he's gonna be great in all of the pitching categories, barring injury. It's an interesting concept of what to do there. To just go, what was it, 8 rounds, 9 rounds of, oh, it was 8 rounds, wasn't it? Of all pitchers in 8 rounds. Seems almost psychotic. Like someone should do a wellness check on Dino. Sonny Gray, 96th. And Salvador Perez. How long can he keep it going? Rick Speedster, I think he's drafting on his phone. And on your phone, whenever your phone goes to the home screen or whatever, you know, it shuts off the screen. It basically says you're logged out. You're not logged out. It's just making it look like you logged out. So, I'm glad there are no auto drafters on this one. People auto drafting, it makes these drafts frustrating. Junior Caminero and Jake Burger. Jake Burger. First or third, so that's a good pick if you ask me. More than 30 home runs. Going to do great on RBIs. I like Jake Burger. Liked him last year, too. Justin Steele. That's unfortunate. I was hoping he could make it back to me. That's one of my guys. Jake Burger. Look at him. He had 29 home runs last year. 76 RBIs. Stole a base. But, I mean, come on, guys. That's a pretty good pickup for, what is this, the 11th round? Oh, no, that was the 10th round. So Steele and Hunter Brown went to our guy, the first pick overall. Getting those pitchers for himself. And we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue. And then we take it higher. Who you taking, my friend? Electric Avenue with the 102nd pick of this year's 2025 draft. Electric Avenue selects. Electric Avenue selects. Come on, bro. You got 5 seconds. Uh-oh. Oh, you didn't get it in and took Peralta. Hope that's what you wanted. I mean, that's not a bad pick. Rick Speedsters. Go get you some more Speedsters, friend. Get another Speedster. Oh, there's Vientos. We were talking about him. There's Hunter Green. Suzuki just went. McClanahan. Man, if he's back, he's back. That's something. Jared Jones. I like Jared Jones. There goes Reynolds after Suzuki. Let's see here. Starting pitchers. Ober, Gallen, Miller. I could take any one of those and be happy. I think I'd be happier with Bryce Miller. How'd he do in his most recent start? Terrific on Sunday's start. 1 run, 2 hits, 5 frames. Yeah, cool. There went Ober and then Yan Diaz, Houston's catcher, first base. A little early, but Cal Raleigh went with the 107th pick. Mark Vientos. And Wilson Contreras. So I'm going to tee up Bryce Miller. And then I'm going to tee up relief pitchers. And you know what I'm going to do? I don't know if you know what I'm going to do right here, but I'm thinking I'll take Jeff Hoffman. And that way have me 4 good starters, and let's go ahead and get him. And then my first closer. So that's looking pretty good. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's hard not to be happy with your team when it's going this way. You know, so many of these other players are drafting so bizarre, like this Dino, all pitchers for forever. We got a bunch more pitchers coming up. I mean, I'm going to have a lot of good pitchers to choose from. There goes Ohtani, the pitcher, with 112. He's not pitching until a while from now, so. But will he be the same? I don't know. I am no Stephania Bell. I am not a physical therapist. I don't understand what it takes to recover from that type of injury. I do not. All right, Casas. Riley Green still out there. I'm a Detroit homer. Have I told you about that? Last year, Riley Green had 24 home runs, 82 runs, 74 RBIs, hit .262. I don't know, swiped a few bags, but nothing real impressive. But still here at round 12, 13, this is a guy I wouldn't be hating. Xavier Edwards with 113. And Hunter Green finally goes. Riley Green. McClanahan. Man, if he's back, he's back. You know, and he's playing in Tampa Bay, though. And that is a batter-friendly park. Returning from Tommy John. It was August that he had that. Me and Keith had noticed it's a year and a half. Once a guy is a year and a half after their Tommy John, they really do start pitching well. They've got to regain their control. Control is an issue for them for a bit. But if they can regain that control, look out, fellas. Look out. The quicker they regain control, the quicker they are back to dominance. Well, if they were dominant. I got 15 until my turn. It seems like forever. It seems like forever, some of these. There goes Hunter Green, then Luis Robert Jr. I've never drafted him. Never once. There's Xander Bogaerts. I don't see myself drafting him this year, but I could see where you might want to. I just couldn't do it myself. I'm sorry. You know, Xander Bogaerts 5 years ago and Xander Bogaerts right now are two different people. Mountaineers 9. Who you got? Come on, Mountaineers. Shea Langoliers. Well, I guess that sells it, fellas. I'm going after one of the catchers that are much later in the draft because Langoliers, you know, is my usual go-to if I don't get Rally. And I would have expected Langoliers to last 3-4 more rounds. Go around and pick 150. So, Pete Crow Armstrong and then Ezekiel Tovar. Now, I do like Tovar. I don't think I've made any secret about Tovar. Ian Happ with 120? I don't know. That seems early, fellas. Tanner Scott. Robert Suarez. Huh. Jared Jones, like him. Flaherty and Wu, I like them. Rodon and Senga. Well, I don't know about Senga. He's probably going to pitch this weekend, isn't he? First start of the season on April 1st, though. Okay. There went Pascantino. Gallon. Alcantara. That's another one that's coming back from the surgeries, and it's tough to know. Tough to know. How are they going to be? If you trust them, expect them to have to work to get their control back. But I don't know. You know, I'm still looking for, you know, there's Ronaldo Lopez, there's Ronel Blanco, there goes Gausman. Take him all you want. Gausman is fine. Take him, Gausman. 125th, though. I don't like him there. Riley Green. There's Royce Lewis. Royce Lewis, lower body injury. Yeah, that just happened like yesterday, didn't it? So, you know, that's the thing about the guys who have been injured. That repeat injury is such a big risk, fellas. Such a big risk of repeat injury. All right, but I'm probably taking Brian Wu with this next one. I don't know who I'd take after that. Maybe McGill? Have a second closer? There goes Adolis Garcia. There's a lot down here. Well, I'm not going to have McGill. Let's take a look at what's available for relief pitchers then. Hey, taking Presley right there, are you? Whatever, jerk. Alexis Diaz. Yeah, it was inconsistent last year. Okay. He walked 3 batters and charged with. Wow. Shoo. You don't want to be doing that, friend. Oh, boy. All right, well, let's take a look at starting pitchers then, because this is where the sweet spot is for me. And I'm looking at Wu. Then we'll go back to all players. Nobody I need to jump at. You know what? I do like Jared Jones, though, guys. I had him last year in a few leagues. Loved it. Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and draft Wu. Is there a bat I would really love to go after right here? Not really. Not so much. Yeah, there's not really anything other than... You know what? I'm going to be the guy that takes a chance. No, he's going to be innings limited, right? Damn it. Ugh. How many pitchers do I have? I've got 5 starting pitchers. All right, let's look at relievers. Diaz, what a bad outing, friend. All right. I'm going to take Jared Jones. No, I'm not. I'm going to take McClanahan. I'm going to be the guy that takes the chance on the guy coming back from surgery. First time doing that one with McClanahan. First time. And now, at any point I want, I can look at any of the other batting positions I still need. There's a lot of them. There goes Riley Green. Good for you taking that Detroit player. Good pick. And Yelich. Did I mention Chapman went 132nd? All right, who's my guys? Lopez, Sanchez, Houck, and wow, where's Ronel Blanco? There he is, way down here. All right, that's plenty. I mean, I could look at some of the others, but these are guys that I really like. I'm going to have to look at this other closer situation here soon. And there's a bunch of them coming up that I can use. We've got to get a second baseman, which I am very happy to have that second baseman be. Well, where is he? Way down here, huh? You know, I hate Colt Keith. Christopher Morel. You know, end of the draft pickup right there. And Christopher Morel is second base or third base or outfield. Okay? So if there's some other one that I might... Maybe Luis Garcia. You know, I wouldn't hate Luis Garcia. Third base. Who else is out there? Eugenio Suarez. Paredes. I wouldn't hate Paredes. So let's cue him up too. Other than that, maybe Max Muncy. I can see Max Muncy being a guy. And there we go. De Los Santos, I'd love if he could get it together and make his way into the majors. I just don't think he's going to. And at catcher, fellas, now that we're down here, I mean, I can Ohapi that. I can Ryan Jeffers. I mean, I don't care. I could Real Muto, although that's not going to do a whole lot of good. Oh, sorry. Flaherty, Goldschmidt, Luis Garcia, Terang. Oh, these allergies are still killing me. Goes Boom. I like Bohm last year, too. I don't hate Bohm. And there goes Nico Horner. Back to all players. Actually, we're going to go to relief pitchers. I'm going to keep an eye on these relief pitchers. Just going to keep an eye on them. And who we going to take is going to be the thing. If I take Kenley Jansen, that's not a bad one. I could take Estevez. That's not a bad one. I can fill up on these possible relievers here. And there went, okay, Diaz, and then Arozarena, and then Jared Jones. So Lopez, Sanchez, Houck, Blanco. Yeah, these are good guys to fill in for my. Remember, we've already got 6 starting pitchers. Okay, we already got 6 of them. I'm filling in the back end of my starting pitchers, guys. You think Bednar keeps the job? Sorry, after Alcantara went Senga and Casas. You think Bednar keeps the job? You know, because, I mean, last year, wow, that ERA and whip was, it's just, wow. I mean, I don't know. They're not committed to it. I think right now we'll go and figure out what we're going to do. That's not confidence, friends. 14.4 ERA in Grapefruit League. Ugh. Such a nightmare. I went Kwan. He's a Cleveland outfielder. And there went Sanchez. So, I'm going to take Reynaldo Lopez. And then I'm going to take Kenley Jansen. Pow-pow. I can get through these pretty quick, can't I? Reynaldo Lopez is my pitcher number 6. 7, excuse me, 7. There goes Robbie Ray. And these numbers have got to be evening out some. We're in round 16. And I'm down here going, okay, I do need 4 more bats, 3 positions, and 1 bench. Where'd I go? So I am definitely, with those 4, I'm getting over the 300. I'll be, man, my numbers are looking good. I mean, Dino, I'm catching you on these strikeouts and wins, friend. I've already passed you on wins. And I've caught up to you and passed you on strikeouts, but you haven't caught me in any of these batting categories except strikeouts, which I don't care about, and batting average, which I don't care about. So all you got is ERA and whip, and those are volatile, my friend. All right, so there went Castellanos, Fairbanks, and Bednar. We'll go back to players. And, I mean, I don't hate Romano as an idea. Is Romano going to be the closer over there? What's he gonna do? He's working earlier relief. Seems like he'll be the primary closer. Up to 96 miles per hour, huh? Down just a little bit from last year. All right, well, we'll see what happens there. But, I mean, I think that's solid advice. I think he'll be the closer, too. So, what do you say we snag a couple of more closers? There goes Rodon after Bednar. And Kikuchi. Pass Kikuchi on the left-hand side. Pass Kikuchi. That's another song from back in the... There goes Paredes. Well, that was one of my guys a little earlier than I expected him to go, but, you know, when you're having to bounce around with so many of these different things, and I'll be fine with it, because there's Colt Keith and Christopher Morel that I could do. How you like me now, fellas? Morel. Colt Keith. Let's put Colt Keith up there. Second base. Way down here. Let's put him up there. Zach Geloff. I don't hate the idea of Zach Geloff either. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. There goes Eugenio Suarez after Real Muto. Royce Lewis, an unfortunate injury. He's just gonna, I don't know, man. The poor guy. Poor guy. Pasca Cochi on the left-hand side. Maybe getting Tyler O'Neill as a bench player. That'd be cool. And somebody did it. They took Suarez, then Lewis. And there goes Pivetta. And Rick Speedster. Who are you taking, Rick? Estevez. Cool. Right on. There goes Clay Holmes. That's a bit early for Clay Holmes. That's, I mean, but hey, you know, sometimes when you're drafting and you got that one guy that you're going, maybe just take that one really deep reach on a player, but don't do it too often. Do not do it too often. Transporters more than meets the eye. He's got a number 8 there. What does that mean? Why is it a number? Is it a sideways infinity symbol? Wouldn't that be a sideways infinity symbol? Transporters. Optimus Prime. Francis. All right. Seth Lugo with the 166th pick. It's round 17, and we're taking Seth Lugo. There went Romano. Dang it all. I was in love with the idea of taking Morano. And we'll go back to relief pitchers. I do want to grab another one. I don't know. How do I feel about Kyle Finnegan? I don't feel bad about him. There goes Dominguez. I don't feel bad about Finnegan. Justin Martinez, that's an interesting one. Will he keep that job as a closer? He struck out 2 in a perfect inning. Favorite to close. So, I mean, I do like the guy. My turn is next. Dominguez just went. We're doing it. We're taking Martinez. Booyah. And let's go to all players here. Who are the folks that other people are looking at right here? Well, Hoppy had a fine season last year. It wasn't great. I mean, if I'm taking anyone here, all right, we're gonna go ahead and. That just seems weird, but I'm going to go ahead and take another closer so that I have 4. So we'll take Kyle Finnegan. No reason he won't have the job. Although it was a bad year last year. No, I'm going to take Houck. Tanner Houck. Loved him last year. All right, so still need second base, third base, catcher, 1 bench bat, and maybe another closer. I don't know. Probably not. All right, we'll look for closers on the rest of the waiver wire. Took Martin, that's fine. Texas closer. Oh, this is neat. I'll be taking probably, catcher with my next one. And then, believe it or not, considering I want Morel and Keith for second base, third base, there's a good chance that this guy takes my bench bat before I fill in my catcher, second base, or third base. All right, so Volpe, Stott, and Holiday. And I don't know. I was never in love with Holiday. I know a lot of folks were drafting him early last year compared to what, and if you got burned on him, no wonder you're waiting until the 18th round this year, right? And the Transporters take Brandon Pfaadt. And the Mountaineers, number 9. I wonder what that 9 is for. Is this his 9th team, you think? Because I do that with mine, Random City Sports Ballers. I'll put a number next to it. And that way I know, I get an idea of which team I'm looking at. If they were all named Random City Sports Ballers, I think I'd get confused about who was on each team. I've seen some people name their teams based on players on their team, and that's all cool and all that. But for me, I'm the Random City Sports Ballers. That's who I am. That's what you're going to see. Drew Rasmussen went with 177. Rick Speedster, what you got, my friend? Let's go back to starting pitchers. There's Eflin. Yeah, Keith, he likes him. There's Eovaldi, Pepio, Lodolo, Mackenzie Gore. Let's see. Lane Thomas went, and then Toglia. Spencer Arrighetti. A lot of folks are thinking Spencer Arrighetti could have a great season, but I don't know. Working on a new 2-seam fastball. 4-seam last year was hit hard, so he's going to work on something else. Oh, wow, he gave up 302 batting average and a 516. He got hit hard on his 4-seam fastball. Wow. Struck out 4 against the Cardinals. Spring training, don't put too much into it. Spencer Steer. Ryan Pepio. That's one I can agree with. I'd agree with that for sure, for sure. Manea looks like he's going to be back here soon. Barrios, fine year last year. It started off with strong. Scoring, gave up some stuff right before the All-Star break. Had a 3.6 for the season. And he's going to be the opening day starter. Huh. That's good for you. Good for you, Jose Barrios. Looks like Electric Avenue took Finnegan. And there goes Dansby Swanson. Yeah, I don't hate the idea of Jose Barrios either. We'll queue him up in case somebody takes Blanco out from under me. I like Blanco. I really do, fellas. Reese Olson, too. I like Reese Olson. What did they do for his most recent start? 6 runs in 4 innings. Shoo. Wow, Colt Keith made 2 errors on 1 play. Wow. Wowzers. Okay, so Swanson, then Erkeg, and then O'Hoppe. 2 picks till my turn. At catcher. Nothing that I need to jump on anytime soon. Right? I like Connor Wong. Oh, I hate Connor Wong. If you hate Connor Wong, you're not paying attention. Had a home run. 13 of them last year. Sorry, where was I? This is... I don't need to take my second base or third base yet. well, let's go ahead and take Tyler O'Neill. And we've got, like I said, our bench bat before. Is it going to be Barrios or is it going to be Blanco? Barrios, Blanco. Let's do Barrios. I mean, it's not... Well, Blanco is better at strikeouts. We're going to take Blanco. There. Got the bench filled in. Now we're filling in catcher, second base, third base with Morel, Keith, and... I don't know. Random catcher. Austin Wells will be fine. I hate Austin Wells. Moreno. Not my speed because he doesn't hit home runs. Jeffers. I could do Jeffers. So, next few picks. Morel, Keith, catcher. Cool. And then we'll take a look at if... Oh, there went Edmund, Cowser, Gore, Rafaela. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Transporters. What you doing, fellers? So I'm going to take a look at standings just for funsies. I'm down here. Let's see. We need to get these numbers up, but I've got 3 more bats to get. So that's going to be a good number for all these things. You know, we want 850, 300, 900 for RBIs. Right, 850 for runs, 300 for home runs, 900 for RBIs. Not really. I punt stolen bases and batting average. We're over 100, which is the target for our wins. We got 67 saves, which is a good number. Our strikeouts are leading the league. Yeah. And good ERA. Well, not a great ERA. That's terrible, actually. If we look at last year's number, though, that was a much better ERA. Look at that. 2.9 and a 1.06 whip. You know, these were amazing numbers last year. But you can't chase last year's stats. That's just not doable. There goes Ben Joyce. That was Rafaela, then Luke Weaver, and then Joyce, and now Bush. I don't even need to look at the players anymore. I've got my guys here. There goes McMahon, and then Woodruff. And Pena. I like Pena. If you're looking for a late round shortstop, and you know you're kind of in one of those more desperate situations, you know, Pena saves you. Pena saves you in that case. Because we're talking 20th round here. Man, you've done wonders for yourself by grabbing him. All right, let's rock down to Electric Avenue with Spencer Arrighetti. Spaghetti! Max Scherzer. It's not a bad risk. I mean, I don't know how much he pitches, but Andre Jimenez. You know, Scherzer, there goes Puke. Did I just call him Puke? It's probably Puck. There goes Puck. And Springer. Luzardo. Unfortunate year for Luzardo last year. Wasn't injury prone. How many innings did he actually get in last year? Hey, I clicked on Luzardo. I want to see. 66 innings is all he got in, and he got lit up during it. Not outstanding, my friend. All right, so there went Diaz, Tampa Bay's first baseman. Tampa Bay, any Tampa Bay player, expect an increase in their numbers. Seriously. All right, there went Clevenger, so I'll take Keith. And then I'm taking Morel. And then on the way back, I'll just take a catcher. And fellas, when I give you these videos where I talk about these sleepers, like I talked about Morel. I know I've talked about Keith during other videos, Colt Keith. I mean it. I'm not just giving you names, I'm giving you names of people that I draft late in these things. Guys that I think are going to make a difference for my teams. So I think they're going to make a difference for your team and allow you more freedom for other positions earlier. You know, I mean, and be careful of Yahoo's predictions. I don't know how they're coming up with these predicted numbers on some of it. So much difference between last year's performance and this year's projections that it's like, wow. You know, they could be wrong. That's the whole thing. There goes Wallner. See, there's another one I talk about with the sneaky source of power late, Matt Wallner. Except, well, Soler went before him and then Jax. But Wallner's problem is against lefties, fellas. There goes Mitchell, Milwaukee's outfielder. But yeah, Wallner, if he can get it together against left-handed pitching, he's going to be amazing. How much time will it take before he gets there? Couple years maybe? Maybe he never does. Maybe he's just always in a platoon because he can't hit the lefties. I don't know. There goes Shaw and Moore. Excuse me. I am sorry for these allergies, guys. Back to back for Richards bullpen. Richards bullpen. And Profar with the first one. Still injured a little bit. We'll see how he comes along for the season. What is up with Stevenson? He's going on the IL. Oh, it's an oblique strain. Oh, fellas, an oblique strain really crushes your numbers. There goes Mullins and Bradley, and then Amaya. And then Austin Wells, Ryan Jeffers, Moreno is not my guy. Evan Herrera, Connor Wong can hit some home runs, but not as many as my other fellas. Joey Bart, Ruiz, Alejandro Kirk, Liam Hendricks in India just went. And Rick 330, Dino, and Cranky Colin. Still up ahead of me. Liam Hendricks maybe gets that job closing in Boston. Maybe doesn't come back from the injury at all. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he's just stuck in a setup role. Don't know who's going to have that job just yet. Still a few weeks from opening day. What are we, 2.5 weeks from opening day? 2 weeks? Well, unless you got guys, you know, playing in the Japan series. Here goes Castro. And Cranky Colin is taking Justin Verlander. I'll take Jeffers. And now we look at the standings. Booyah. According to this, I got over 850 with 883 on my runs. I got more than 300 home runs with 320. I got RBIs above 900 at 916. I ended up with 75 stolen bases, lowest in the league. 254 batting average won't make much of a difference. I should lead the league in wins, competitive in saves, and I can look on the waiver wire. Dominating in strikeouts. The goal on strikeouts is 1,500 or more, and the higher the better. So what we got here, fellas, is, you know, look, these teams, Mountaineers, this looks like a 3 bench bat team. Let's take a look at Mountaineers. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you get it? He can't play all those players. You know, I am going to do well against him in these categories. So what I'm looking at is 1, 2, 3, 4 categories that I should absolutely dominate in. And that's home runs, RBIs, wins, and strikeouts. Very competitive in runs. I'm not going to be very competitive in stolen bases. I'll get about 50% on my batting average. I'll be competitive in saves and in ERA and WHIP. These are actually not horrible numbers. They're very volatile, and I have good players. So let's take a look at my team. Let's take a look at my team. We got Jeffers, Alonso, Colt Keith, Morel, Lindor, Alvarez, Schwarber, Rooker, Ozuna, Hernandez, and O'Neill. That's a lot of power, guys. Then, Imanaga, Schwellenbach, Bibby, Miller, Wu, McClanahan, Ronaldo Lopez, Tanner Houck, Ronel Blanco as starters, with Kenley Jansen, Jeff Hoffman, and Justin Martinez as closers. I got a lot of good going on here. Very happy with this team. If we look at the standings and we go to last year's stats, guys, I am up here just absolutely frustrating everybody with how good my team is. Just absolutely frustrated. Well, Dino got the batting stat or the pitching stats for ERA and WHIP. But when you look at last year's stats, okay, Richards bullpen, remember, this is a lot of bench bats, guys. Let's take a look at it again. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 bench bats. So he's not winning these things. You're just not. Excuse me. The wins and the strikeouts are excellent for me. I'm feeling great about it. So what is this? This is another playoff draft. If you can put together a team like this and don't focus too much on last year's stats, don't focus too much on projected stats, focus on the categories you can actually take on. Anyways, there we have it. We'll have another draft coming up in a few days most likely, and I appreciate y'all tuning in.